We live, man. Tesla talk with L, man.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
So obviously, Devin Haney fought last night, and I was excited to have this conversation with you. What were your thoughts about the fight? And
Um, I seen the same thing everybody else saw. We witnessed greatness, from a 22-year-old superstar. You know, um, it's funny how the storyline is he got hurt, he was hugging. Literally, the last two rounds of the fight was the storyline, as if he didn't engineer 10 great rounds of just sheer, just boxing spectacle. You understand what I'm saying? Like we seen 10 rounds of a boxing genius. Everything he did in those 10 rounds captivated in that arena. And I'm sure as everybody that was watching live, it captured their attention. You understand? He had everybody focused and everybody was on and eyeing and man, he does everything so well. He's only 22 years old. Um, you look at that lightweight division, man, that's a hell of a division right now. But and you really look at it, and as it pertains to Devin Haney, he's the baby of the bunch out of all those guys. Tank, Loma, uh, who else is it? You got Tank, you got Loma, you got help me out, Fred, Ryan Garcia. Uh, I think I'm missing one, but he's the baby of the bunch. And like I've always said, I see the most upside in Devin Haney. And in that fight last night, yeah, so what? He got hurt. Everybody gets hurt. It's part of boxing. That it's the hurt business. I'm quite sure he learned a lot about himself in those moments. And if you really want to learn about the game of fighting, you got to talk to other boxers. You won't hear no other boxer criticizing because every boxer has been through that, especially that has been on that stage. He said he wasn't hurt. He may have spoken out of, you know, the content of reality. Maybe it's pride, but me being there before, maybe he wasn't hurt. Me experiencing, a form of what he experienced. Maybe he wasn't hurt. I do believe he hurt. He was hurt, but I can understand why he would say he wasn't hurt. Being prideful. I understand that. More than I would say he was hurt by the punch, I would say that he mismanaged his load because I seen from the sixth round, like about the end of the sixth round, coming into the seventh round, you could see the fatigue factor set in. I seen that he wasn't as sharp, he wasn't as strong. He was still sharp, but his punches wasn't as stunning. I could see that he didn't have the same energy level because this was his coming out party. He carried the crowd. That was his crowd in there last night. And he was undoubtedly told that, hey, you got to perform well tonight. This is first time doing that. You get what I'm saying? This is first time. Hey, man, it's time for you to step up to superstardom level. This is going to be your fight to prove that. And he had a lot of weight on his shoulders. So I would give him an A plus on how he handled everything. Like I said, I would just say he mismanaged his load, because after beginning the seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th round, you see that he came out, boom, 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 boom. He was throwing big punches because in his mind, this is all mental. In his mind, he knew, wow, my tank is not as full as it was. Like he could feel himself fatiguing. But you playing poker. This is poker at his height when you fighting. So he's trying to show the man that he's not tired. So he gonna come out and try to throw big punches. But as you throwing those big punches, you constantly, it's just like Mortal Kombat. You throw a big punch or get hit with a big punch, your level goes down. So you feeling that. So he's trying to give his opponent a false impression that he's at full strength, but he's really going against his stuff. Like he should have kept jabbing. He should have came out, boom, boom, jabbing, and let the big punches happen. Let them come to him. Like that's how you keep an opponent off balance. Like you never show your hand too early. You just keep doing what you're doing. Rely on the jab. Start with the jab, end with the jab. And then in between those, you set up big right hands, left hooks, body shots. But he learned though. I know Bill, his father, they did a great job as a team to recover from that and to finish the fight as they did. And I'm quite sure Bill was worried, but afterwards, I'm quite sure that he was happy that his son went through that trial and he was tested, because undoubtedly he knew that day was gonna come. Wow, I wonder how he's gonna respond to this. I'm quite sure Bill thought that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I'm quite sure he's very proud of his son. And now he probably told him, hey, now you know what it is to weather a storm. And everybody goes through it. You have to go through that. You have to be battle tested in order to rise to the top and be at the you know, the highest of levels at the zenith of your game. You get what I'm saying? Like, and he passed that test with flying colors. You know, is he chinny? Hell no, he ain't chinny. You know, everybody get caught. Everybody get hurt. This is the fight game. If you've never experienced getting hit and being in the ring and knowing how to manage your energy level in a fight, you won't know what that means. You know, most people never got hurt, so they don't know. I think he did great, Fred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I thought he had really good 9 rounds. You know, superb 9 rounds. You know, his jab was active. Punch placement was well above average.
Mm-hmm.
His intellect, his ability to do what he wants, front foot, back foot,
Mm-hmm.
how he leveraged his check hook not to keep himself against the rope, out of the corner. You know, his feints were beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in that fight, through the first 9 rounds, Linares didn't know if he was going through the body, he was going to throw a jab, or he was going to feint. And then to Devin Haney's credit and his high intellect, he incorporated the uppercut. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Lead uppercuts.
Exactly.
And the hardest punch to throw
is the uppercut.
Because you are completely open to a fucking counter.
You're vulnerable.
And the fact that and then he realized in the second round, oh, this guy is throwing left hooks. His counter, every button I push on Linares, no matter what I do, will be his check left hook. Mm-hmm. So he adjusted. Exactly. You know, he stayed in the 3rd or 4th round. You see him staying low now, and then he stepped in, You know what I mean? That's intellect. You understand? How many fighters do you see get hit with a Donaire? Knock the guy out in the 4th round with the left hook, I believe. I only saw the highlights. I don't know what round it was in. But at the end of the day, here's the catch. Y'all call Ryan Garcia Jesus. Y'all call him Lazarus, because he rose from the dead. It was amazing. It was the best thing since sliced bread, man. Now he's a pastor, preacher. Y'all donate money. Y'all praying to him now. He got knocked down. Ryan Garcia, I mean, the list goes on and on. Like, Deontay Wilder can't box. Floyd runs. When are y'all going to be satisfied? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just beyond me. Can Devin Haney get better? He's going to get better. He's 22 years old. And this is no discredit to Tia and me. And here's the catch. Y'all got to just accept people for who they are and where they're at. Devin Haney is fucking good. Tia Fimo is fucking good. Lomachenko was fucking good. They're not the same fighter. You have the right to compare and contrast, but you can't say, oh, he's terrible. He's chinny. How many fighters do you see get clipped?
How many fighters do you see get clipped like that and give the fight up? You understand?
Right.
He didn't give it up.
Good point.
Like, he not only learned something about himself, he weathered the storm and he accomplished, disaster, like potential disaster. He accomplished that. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man.
Sergey Kovalev gave up.
A lot of guys
twice. Ward and
Melvin Taylor was beating the shit out of Cesar Chavez. Look what happened.
Yeah.
He got hurt and ultimately got stopped.
They say Richard Steele was on payroll.
But again, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was, you can reasonably say, well, he had a reason to do it. you know, because he was hurt and he was getting pummeled. You know, a lot of guys have given those squandered those opportunities when they got clipped. Man, that showed resilience, that showed heart, that showed grit. You know, that showed maturity. He's only 22 years old. Like, that in itself shows that he's far above the par. He's far above the norm. You know, how many kids do you see break down under just minuscule pressures, like just small things,
Good
like in life in general, man. This somebody in there fighting for their life, man, on a big stage. And look, man, you put money on something. I gamble, and one thing about gambling, it requires a certain type of disposition, a certain type of attitude to do it. Like, he not only fighting for his life, but he fighting for a purse and for future purses. You understand what I'm saying? That in itself just is more added pressure, right? With all that added pressure, he still was able to.
It's gonna start beeping.
He still was able to accomplish the goal at hand, to make it through the fight, to weather the storm. Like, man, he's only 22 years old. Like, come on, man. Man, that kid is great.
I'm gonna say he's not great. He's not great yet. He shows great promise. I'm still gonna keep my foot on the gas on him. I'll say
we gotta keep him honest and gotta keep him accountable. But I'm gonna go on a whim and say that he is. I'm gonna put my money on him now. Why?
I will too. You're exactly right.
I put my money.
Why it's low now?
When we went to go see him train, Fred, you and I. This is what, 2 years ago, maybe.
Probably.
And just the focus that I seen him exhibit in training, I said, damn, this kid is great. Because to be able, man, any fighter will tell you, to go through such rigorous training and the kind of happiness he exuded doing it, and focus, like, it's like to see a lion in battle, or seeing a lion defending his pride, or, you know, to see a lion defending his territory. A lion don't play about that. You know, he can be in the den playing with his kids, and he look jolly, and you like, wow, how could this beast be so? You can see the heart of a beast, like that. The heart of a beast. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, the beast does have a heart. But let a nomad come and try to test his territory or his pride. You see that seriousness, that fierceness, that viciousness, that don't play with me, I'm a killer. He had that. I seen that in training, and he was what, 19, 20 at the time. And I said, wow, to be able to do that, man, training, you hate every bit of training. And you breaking your body down to a fucking nothing, man. You feel weak, man. He did, man, to see what I saw in him that day as a 19, 20-year-old, I said, man, this kid is serious about what he's doing. You know, it's like he's serious about his work. You get what I'm saying? Like he a scientist in the lab about his work. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and since you broke that down, I'm gonna go a different route. Ryan Garcia said he had mental illnesses, and then the next day y'all see him on vacation with his girlfriend. Devin Haney said he ain't seen his girl in 8 weeks to prepare for this fight.
That's how serious it is to him. He would have sacrificed, man.
But then that's the social engineering that y'all motherfuckers fall for every time. Every time. That's social engineering at its finest. You know what y'all did? Y'all prayed for Ryan Garcia. And you know what y'all said about Adrian Broner? Oh, fuck him. He does it all the time. Y'all see the car crash happening, and y'all just let it happen. Or you gonna drive by at 10 miles an hour. Oh man, it's just the social engineering is just at an all-time high. The more Mexican fights y'all see, the more you gonna believe in Mexican style, right? It's simple. The more you see of it, the more you're gonna believe.
Yeah.
Think about it in your real life, right? The more you hang out with a person, the more you're gonna love them, right? The more you're gonna know how they're gonna respond to things. And that's why I stand where I stand, and y'all fall for it every time. Boxing is green, y'all. Boxing ain't black. Boxing ain't brown, purple, pink, whatever other color y'all want to believe in, and just ignore the truth. But at the end of the day, I thought Devin Haney's ceiling is much higher now than it was Saturday morning. And the fact that you can invest now on him and become a Devin Haney fan, and now you know at the worst what you're going to get from him, you know, and the fact that it's sad that you allow social engineering to make you believe that fight was about one punch, one round.
Good point, Fred, and I'm going to add on to that. You know how they say you want to find the truth, you want to find the answers, follow the money.
Yeah.
I made the same point when I was speaking about Canelo. Big money is backing Canelo. Fuck what you think. That's why he make the big money. Because the big money backers in the game have their money on Canelo. You know what the big money backers said about Devin Haney last night? Whether they made it known to their business partners, to other people in the industry, you know what they said? Undoubtedly to themselves, this kid's got it. This kid's got it. He weathered that storm. This is the refinement of gold. He's gold. He's just being refined. So he went from 10 karat to 14 karat to probably 20. What is the next one? 22, 24 karat. He's leveling up. Big money gonna back Devin Haney. I guarantee you he's gonna make more money the next fight. I bet you gonna have more endorsements the next fight. Big money is gonna back him. So why are you not gonna back him? Because he got hit. No, you want to see a guy battle tested. How he gonna respond to the pressures?
That's why y'all love Tom Brady.
How is he gonna respond to the pressure? Remember, gold is made through the gold is refined through fire.
Fire.
Through the fire. That's what the worth is. He just went through the fire. That means he's worth more. A diamond is tested by its pressure. It's refined through pressure, and it's tested by its hardness. Whoa, that's another level of a diamond we seen in Devin Haney last night. His value just increased. You only get better and stronger in this life through adversity. Anybody had it too easy, they gonna break in the pressure. Right. He didn't break. He didn't crack. And so what? He got hit. Why is that the storyline of the fight? And he was brilliant. Boxing brilliance. For 9.5, 10 rounds, he was brilliant. Yeah. And he didn't, his IQ, they say Lomachenko is,
right.
Come on, man. Look at the Lomachenko fighting Lopez.
He fought 6 rounds.
Come on, man.
Talk about it.
Come on, man. Look at that fight. And Loma's he's the goods. But Loma got hit a lot. In comparison
when he got stopped in the 12th round.
Come on. In comparison to Haney through 10 rounds, how many times did Haney get hit? In comparison to how many times Loma got hit in 10 rounds. Come on, Loma got hit way more. And watch this. Lopez probably, I don't know the exact numbers, but I guarantee you Lopez threw far less punches than Linares. So Lopez threw far less punches than Linares, and he actually hit Loma more times than Linares hit Devin Haney, and Linares threw more punches. That shows you the type of fire that Devin Haney was under, and how he mastered that. Man, he was slipping 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. He was blocking big counter punches. He knew what he was going to throw before he threw it.
I was just about to say that.
He was in expectation. And he was, after he threw his right hand, he rolled under the left hook or rolled under the right hand. Only person I seen do that on a constant basis and that engineered that into their game plan was Floyd.
Purnell.
Purnell did it too, I'm sorry. But yeah, you're right, man. But Floyd did it even better though.
You think he did it in Purnell?
Man, Floyd did it better than Purnell.
Huh?
He did it better than Purnell.
They both great.
Oh, it's no comparison.
Yeah, it's no comparison.
But Floyd did it better in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Haney, look, you become great at something when you constantly hold the disposition as being a student to the game. You're gonna automatically become better at it because you're gonna continue to learn. Like you're never gonna feel like you got it all, and this kid know that he's gonna continue to learn. Like you can see him every fight adding more to his game, Man, he was fucking spectacular for 10 rounds, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, you should have heard the crowd when he was slipping and dodging.
Man, come on, man. He was on and eyeing. They was on and eyeing left and right.
And he carried the crowd. I thought it was a good crowd there last night.
His crowd.
All his crowd. And he had a lot of celebrities in there.
Come on, man.
You know, I mean, a whole bunch of fighters in there.
I was highly impressed by what the kid did, man.
Yeah.
22 years old.
Tank performed his national anthem. That's what they say, man. Come on, man.
Man, you witness greatness. Whether you want to accept it now, because it's gonna be a harder pill to swallow later.
Yeah. Because
your hate gonna make you swallow it, and you're gonna have to swallow your hate.
You know what they said about Kobe because they knew they couldn't stop the train. He's too arrogant.
Right, exactly. Look,
y'all fall for it every time.
The Bible says, pride is before a mighty fall. So accept it now. Accept that you witnessing greatness now. Swallow that pill because it's a lot smaller to accept. Because you're gonna try to swallow your pride, and your pride gonna be humongous. That's a big pill to swallow. It's gonna be hard digesting it too. But I love what the Haneys have done. And Devin, hey, sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Sky's the limit, and he's just leveling up. He's rising. Shout out to Church too, man. I love that dude. Chief handler, man. I like what the Haney's doing, man. I like their game plan, man. I like how they handle their business, how they conduct it, man. I love it.
I'm happy he got the win, and the most beautiful thing about this time next month, we'll have an answer for the entire division as it pertains to Tank and Teofimo because they fight in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So now they say you're only good as your last performance. I think Devin is trending upward. You know, will Teofimo trend upward? Will Tank Davis trend upward? You understand what I'm saying? So there's no room for fans to say we don't want the fights, and that's one of the problems that we have with fans. Fans don't want their best favorite fighter to go through the fire. You know, they don't know if they're a diamond or a calcite or you know what I mean, or pyrite, fake gold. You know what I mean? It's hold yourself accountable to the apex. Y'all niggas hold yourselves accountable to conformity. You hold yourself accountable to mediocrity. You hold yourself accountable to what your mother thinks of you, what your father thinks of you. What do you think of yourself? You know what I mean? Go jump in the pool naked and relieve yourself of everything, of social doctrine. Yeah. Go purge. That's the problem. Yeah. Because they want you to believe, and I'm telling you, it's scripted already. It's scripted. Oh, yeah. And y'all fall for it. We wasn't watching them. We were listening to the Floyd thing. Unpredictable. Who would have thought he would have became a grandfather?
Unexpected.
Unexpected, that's the word. But before
the
unexpected grandfather.
Come on, like,
and then they said, oh, they didn't talk about his human characteristics part. They talked about his house, his cars, his money. And then they get in that. And then the next scene, I said, I guarantee you they're gonna say, oh, he came from a 2-parent household. What they say? Logan came from a 2-parent household, firmness.
Yeah. They spoke to his human element, those human qualities.
Exactly.
You know, as if Floyd is just a, you know, a material.
I'm gonna post it on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's fight week for that, so I'm just gonna teach y'all a little something. Social engineering. All this is social engineering, exactly. And we fall for it.
They build you what they want you to be,
uh-huh.
And they make sure that the public is indoctrinated in what their agenda is,
right?
Because you're gonna naturally follow.
Yeah.
Remember, what you hear most, what you feed yourself most, is how you feel, what you think, you know, what your perspective is, you know, what your intellect level is, because you accepting the food.
Right.
And somebody, if you said I'm hungry, and somebody fed you, gave you a plate of shit on it with shit on it, you're not gonna eat it, right? Because you know that's not food. Why feed yourself the shit that the media is pumping to you? That's not food. That's not nutritious. That's not beneficial for you. That's not for your mental health or your intellectual health. Intellectual health, emotional health, anything is not good for you. So why eat the shit?
Yeah.